Hello everyone, my name is Joe and welcome back to Effect TV. Today we will be discussing about how the food industry is combating climate change. Before we jump into the discussion, there are some terms and facts we need to cover. The first thing that we're going to cover is what is agribusiness. Agribusiness is the business of agricultural production. It includes agrochemical, breeding, crop production, distribution, farm machinery, processing, and seed supply. And some environmental impacts from the food industry includes biodiversity, converting natural habitats to intensely managed system, land use, changes in the landscape due to growing world population and increase in food demand, water use, freshwater withdrawal into foods such as cheese, nuts, fish, beef, and rice. Those are water-intensive food productions. Greenhouse gases. Did you know that food accounts for 26% of global emission? We do not have the viable technology solution yet, but we will also be discussing about how the food industry is combating for climate change. Some other facts include eutrophication, the pollution of water bodies and ecosystem with excess nutrients, and food mile, transportation of food, import and export, and finally the last point would be the food waste. Also, other social issues include food safety and security challenges. Now that we have pointed out the negative impacts of the agribusiness, what are they doing to combat climate change? Well, the first thing that they're doing is that companies are publishing public reports. Companies are researching and investing a lot into sustainability and transparency. Many of the companies have their sustainability reports available on the main websites. Some may question, are they greenwashing their identity to fix their company's reputation? Well, that is a very debatable topic and potentially yes. However, from the reports that I have gone through, the companies have put in great amount of effort to present their values, acknowledge and support social issues such as food security, healthcare, and climate change, and they have also integrated those values into their topics of strategy. They put their words into action as well. For example, Bayer AG's sustainability target 2030 shows that they want to support 100 million smallholder farmers, 100 million women with access to family planning, and committed to go carbon neutral. Now, these are some solid numbers and specific targets that they have mentioned, and as mentioned before, they have included these values into their strategies and operations. Furthermore, some of the corporations are hiring executives specifically focused on sustainability. It is fair to say that they're doing their part, although there are a lot of improvements needed. And another participation that the big corporations are doing is that they are submitting their information to CDP, which is a transparent reporting platform, so that they can measure themselves compared to their peers in sustainability, such as water report, climate change report, forest report, and supply chains. The second thing that the companies are doing is they are integrating or they are pursuing new technologies such as urban planning and micro farming. Now you may be wondering, what is urban farming? Urban farming is growing or producing food in a city or heavily populated town or municipality. This specifically targets land use and water use, because with farming and conventional agricultural methods, they grow their food in a large and plateau areas. However, what this micro farming and urban farming are doing is that some of the methods include vertical farming. So unlike the conventional farmlands, they stack crops on top of each other. I will include a picture in the video. They stack crops on top of each other to maximize land and water use. And I have to say, it is aesthetically pleasing to take a look at those vertical farming strategies. The third point, you may be very aware of this, is plant-based meat. companies and production companies are introducing plant-based meat mainly because of changing diets and also to meet a broader market when it comes to appetite and their diet plans, such as vegetarians and vegan consumers. According to Beyond Meat, the team has discovered that the Beyond Meat burger generates 90% less greenhouse gas emissions, requires 46% less energy, and has 99% less impact on water scarcity and 93% less impact on land use than a quarter pound of US beef. As you may be aware, producing meat in general is energy, land, and water intensive, and consumers are being more aware of plant-based diet options, and companies are meeting the demand by providing the supply of plant-based meat. The fourth point is increase in numbers and demand of local farmers market. On top of COVID-19, shop local and support local has been gaining movement. Conscious consumers are demanding and buying more from farmers markets as it reduces the food mile that goes onto your dining table. Did you know that when you go to a normal superstore or a supermarket, a lot of the products that are on shelves are imported? That being said, it takes a lot of energy, time, and space in order to ship those goods from different countries to where you're shopping. That also takes a great chunk of greenhouse gas emissions from transportation. On my final point on what the food industry is doing to combat climate change, they are collaborating with different government organizations and international organizations. For example, GAFSP pools donor funds and allocates it when it is most needed and most likely to make a large impact. It provides additional financial and technical resources designed to reduce poverty, hunger, and malnutrition, and support resilient and sustainable agricultural system in low-income countries. Some of the other collaboration also includes financial benefits and grants from the government. As an example, there are programs offered by government that provides financial support. I have included some examples of how the Canadian government is supporting the farmers in the video as well. And the last collaboration, or the last point that I want to mention about collaboration, is that there are some international collaborations with bigger organizations such as United Nations. Food and Agriculture Organization, known as FAO, of United Nations is a specialized agency of the United Nations that leads international efforts to defeat hunger and improve nutrition and food security. As mentioned in the beginning of the video, there is no silver bullet to solving emission problems and environmental impacts from the food industry. However, what I have recognized from these reports is that a lot of the companies are putting in time and effort into solving their environmental impact issues from their operations. And also, consumers are being more conscious when it comes to buying products, such as buying local, understanding the ethical farming marks that show consumers that they're putting in effort to do what's right for their operations. Thank you for watching in today. My name is Joe, and this was Effect TV. Thank you.